one of the best warm-up exercises is to do a 20-meter circle at the top of your arena, a 20-meter circle in the middle of your arena, and a 20-meter circle at the end. And what's the first thing we're focusing on? Well, rider position, and then rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, active, trotting, active, trotting, active, trotting. Hello, in this video we are talking about planning your ride, and specifically if you're like a training level rider. If you're doing a little more advanced, of course you can add in more advanced things. If you're not cantering yet, you don't have to canter, but everyone is always asking me for a plan. And so today we're gonna go through the warm-up phase, the working phase, and then the cool down phase. Also, I have 2 awesome resources for you in the description box below. The first one is a Plan Your Ride workbook that really focuses on the training scale, which I'm going to be talking about today, and how to use the training scale in order to plan your ride regardless of your level. Second thing is I do have a course on training level and also one on first or second level. So if you're showing this year, please check that out. So like I mentioned, I just got on Jock, so I actually kind of need to go through a warm-up with him, and then I'll talk you through those 3 phases. So the first thing is the warm-up, and for a training level horse, usually the warm-up is mostly walk and trot, and then we're going to be doing some different circles and serpentines at walk and trot for a nice warm-up. Then quote-unquote the working phase will be focusing on the canter, so doing some trot, canter, trot transitions. And then for the cool down phase, we'll be doing some stretching in the trot. You always want to have kind of a general plan, but then adjust it as needed. So some days, like it's pretty cold and my horse is feeling a little fresh today, so I might need to take some more time in the warm-up before he canter, or maybe even do a little bit of groundwork. But to get started, you always want to spend, I would say, a good 10-15 minutes if you can at the walk. And really just focusing on the rhythm of the walk, getting your horse swinging through their back. I like to take this time in the walk as well that you can really check in with your rider position. So have your eyes up and your shoulders back and your legs long, and get your seat swinging and connected with your horse. And then in training level, the walk is a very expensive gait, right? Like the free walk is always a coefficient. So practicing some free walk, I'm going to practice a diagonal FXH in the free walk. It's really good to practice riding the diagonals like they are in your test and making sure that you can actually keep your horse straight between your legs. Too often at the walk, we just tune out and don't really pay much attention to it. Good boy. And so whenever I am thinking about planning for my ride, I kind of gave you that general like warm up, work session, cool down, but I'm always thinking about the training scale. So the training scale is the foundation of all the training that we do. And for training level, you're really focusing on the bottom 3 rungs of the training scale. You're focusing on rhythm, suppleness, and connection. So at the walk, rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rhythm is a 4-beat gait at the walk. Then for suppleness, suppleness is about physical and mental relaxation. So at the walk here, and the free walk specifically, is will my horse stretch his neck down? Will he reach to the contact? Is he relaxed? Can I ask him to bend a little bit to the inside? And then connection. So the free walk is a little bit of a test of the connection. Obviously he's long and he's stretching down, so it's not necessarily the connection that I'm going to have later on. You'll also notice the little pattern that I just walked there was the shallow loop serpentine. So I believe it's in training 3 that you do the shallow loop serpentine at the trot, and I think you also do it at the walk. So the shallow loop serpentine is where you go from the rail out to the center line and back to the rail. And guess what? This exercise works on rhythm, suppleness, and connection. So like I mentioned, if you want to learn more about the training scale, download that PDF because the training scale is So important. Like, you have to understand the training scale. You have to have that in your mind. Okay, so I know I haven't walked for 10 minutes, but I was walking before the camera turned on, and I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. So once you've done your walk, next exercise is you're going to pick up the rising trot. And one of the best warm-up exercises is to do a 20-meter circle at the top of your arena, a 20-meter circle in the middle of your arena, and a 20-meter circle at the end. And what's the first thing we're focusing on? Well, rider position, and then rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, active, trotting, active, trotting, active, trotting. And I'm going to make a 20-meter circle in the middle. So why circles? Well, because circles are working on bending, and bending creates suppleness. So what's so important to understand is when you plan your ride, it's not just about the exercises that you do, but it's really about focusing on the quality of your circle, on the quality of the rhythm, on the quality of the suppleness. And then I would do another 20-meter circle down here, change direction, and then do the 20-meter circles in the other direction. So that is just like a really, really simple and good warm-up. In the interest of time, I'm just going to change direction. And what you want to pay attention to when you're doing your 20-meter circles, okay, is that you want to pay attention that the rhythm stays the same, so that your horse is going 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. You want to focus on the accuracy of your 20-meter circles, because a lot of the time you're going to have more difficulty bending your horse in one direction or the other. Okay, so that's like a fast forward view of my walk trot warm up for training level. You could also put in some trot walk trot transitions. Then after my warm-up, the warm-up phase is usually the longest chunk of the ride. So after your warm-up, you're gonna go back to the walk. You're gonna walk for a couple of minutes, take some deep breaths, relax your body, let your horse chill out for a moment. Then we're going to focus on our trot, canter, trot transitions. And again, the canter is definitely one of the most challenging parts of training level. So what I like to do if I'm kind of just on a horse that's a little greener, or I'm still learning about the canter, is I always start in the direction that's easiest for my horse. So usually Jack's pretty even, but I usually feel a little more comfortable on the left lead. And you're going to start on a circle, and then you're going to focus on rhythm, suppleness, bending, connection, that your horse is round. You're going to wait till you really have a good feeling in the trot before you ask for the canter. So the preparation is key. He's too slow here. So the rhythm, the tempo is too slow. So I'm going to say, come on, a little faster. Nope, stay round. So when I sped him up, you notice how his head came up. So I'm going to say trot forward, keep your neck down. Trot forward, keep your neck. Good boy. There, you took a nice deep breath. And then when I feel that the moment is correct, I'm going to half halt and canter. Sit in, ride the rhythm. I lost a little the connection. I lost a little the suppleness. That's okay. It's our first canter transition of the day. Very normal. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Think about the training scale. So again, my plan for my ride, I told you what it was at the beginning, but I'm always thinking about the training scale. Rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Suppleness, I'm on a circle, we're bending. Connection, my horse is round. Bending again. Good boy, softening the rein. Forward to trot, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna change direction. In a full ride, I would probably do several trot, canter, trots in one direction. And then I'm gonna canter the other way. Good boy. You always want, when you're planning your ride, that you do every exercise in both directions and spend the same amount of time, more or less, tracking left than you track right. Always work your horse evenly. Don't overwork the difficult side, even though I know you all are overachievers and so you think, oh, this side's harder, I'm only gonna work on that harder side. Good boy. So I would do several trot, canter, trots, take a walk break, and then the last part, the cool down phase, is stretching. Stretching is a test of the connection, but I'm thinking of rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Thinking of the suppleness. Horse is bending. Good boy. Oh, he's fresh today. Good boy. Good boy. And that's a good example of why it's so important that your hands are down, your shoulders are back in case your horse does spook a little bit. And forward to the walk. Good boy. So that was like a fast forward ride plan. Obviously don't do it that fast, but it is important how you notice how I have like a plan of like warm up, work, cool down. These are my exercises. But behind the exercises you do and the plan that you have, you're always considering the training scale. So don't forget to download the free PDF that's going to help you to understand the training scale, which basically that means that regardless of the level of your riding or what particular exercise you're working on, that means that you know exactly what to focus on there. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, because I post a new video every single Wednesday, and I hope that this was helpful to help you plan your ride.